Okay, good afternoon, everyone. What an incredible crowd. I take it you have nothing else to do. It's 19 degrees outside, right? And we're going to have a great lunch today. Hello, everyone. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Gretchen Skok-DeSanto. I'm a business management professor here. And on behalf of our business management faculty, including Connie Golden, who's in the back, Dan Curtin, and also Professor Lisa Lewins. Is Lisa here yet? I know she's going to be here in a minute. We welcome you to Lakeland and to this event today. We strongly believe on our business management team that your network is your net worth. Okay, we put that into our marketing for this event. So we're really happy to partner with the Willoughby Western Lake County Chamber on this networking event today. Actually, personally, I came to Lakeland 18 years ago. I found the job through my network. I actually was talking to somebody at a meeting, and he thought, you should apply for this job. Never even thought I'd be capable of that job. Here I am many years later doing the job I think I was born to do. So power of my network. I also met my husband Dino at a networking event. So there can be love in this, okay? So never do know your future partner might be here today if you're unmarried. Okay, so the format of today is, firstly, let's talk about the Chamber of Commerce. I know you chamber members, you know what a Chamber of Commerce is, but so many of our students who are here today may not, okay? So a Chamber of Commerce, it's a membership organization of businesses that enables its members to network at events such as this, also attend learning events to keep up their business skills, save money with various discounts, everything from energy to healthcare benefits, and create visibility for their businesses in the community. It's an incredibly powerful tool for small business, okay, as evidenced by all the members that came here today to help grow their business. So that is the plan today. So I'm going to now turn it over to the panel. And if I could ask each of you, starting with Alex, to just introduce yourself, what business you're with, and what brought you to the Chamber. What's the value there?
Sure. Hi, everybody. My name is Alex Zinni, and I'm the CEO of Alpha Key Digital, a digital marketing agency that I founded in 2015. And what brought me to the Chamber initially was a job. I worked for Karen Tursek right out of college as the digital marketing and communications coordinator with the Willoughby Western Lake County Chamber of Commerce. Now imagine me saying on the phone every day, because I said that a lot. So that's what brought me to the Chamber. When I started my own company, it was a no-brainer for me to continue that networking.
Hi, everybody. My name is Tonda DePlacido, and I'm a senior marketing strategist with a company named Mimi. And yes, students, print is not dead. We've been in business now for 20 years, and we have both a digital and a paper product. But my background is biology, chemistry, and psychology, so I zigged and zagged all along the way, and that's okay. So the Chamber itself, because when I came over into the Lake County area, nobody knew what this was or what we did. So the Chamber, as I networked, they introduced me to people that I needed to know, business owners. So Chamber was extremely important to me.
Good afternoon. My name is Bill Streb, and I'm the owner of Streb Electric, a residential service and repair company here in Lake County. I've got a degree in data processing, worked in that for 7 years, and then quit to go to work with my dad. He was an electrician, and I worked with him and then bought the business in 2001. While I was growing up, I was a member of the Junior Chamber of Commerce, which has sort of gone to the wayside now. But that sort of introduced me on what the Chamber was, and I knew as a business owner, if I wanted to grow my network, I needed to join the Chamber of Commerce and get to meet other businesses out there.
Okay, so first question for all of you. What's one word that describes the impact of networking on your career and or business? So Alex, what's the word?
For me, it would be connection.
Connection. Tonda?
It would be growth.
Growth. And Bill?
I'm simple. It's huge for the business.
Okay, well, we got 3 different answers, so now I want to hear a little bit more. Tell me more about the connection.
Yeah, so the people I've met at the Chamber of Commerce have just greatly enhanced my personal life. I play in a band, and I've had people come see me play, just getting to know people. But then also professionally, it's just been a great resource for me to grow my company, find clients, and provide value. And I've just met some tremendous people in the Chamber that I wouldn't have met otherwise.
Growth. So professionally and personally, the chamber has been so instrumental to me. Huge is exactly right. Through each of those connections, I've met other business owners that perhaps I can help them strategize and figure out how to market their product. A lot of business owners know their product or their service, but they're not quite sure what's out there to help market it and help get it out there. So the chamber, and I belong to 4, and it's fantastic. Each time I go to a different meeting, I meet somebody new, and that's a new connection for me.
And for me, it's the same thing. You know, you go to different meetings, we have coffee networks, we have luncheons, we have business after hours. You can go to all 3 of those and meet a whole different set of people. And what it's allowed me to do is grow my network, use those people's businesses for myself, and then my name gets out there. Once you get to know people, they trust you and they start passing your name out. I went to a meeting one evening and 5 people talked about Streb Electric that I didn't realize used my business. It's huge.
Okay, so this next question is for Tanda. So could you share with us an example of engaging in successful networking? In other words, how has your network helped you? So a specific example for everyone today.
Okay, and it's so funny, Gretchen, that you said through your networks you found a job or different jobs or different careers. That's me. I shared with you, my background is all science. It's chemistry. It's all those crazy things that I enjoyed, but I also enjoy people. These last 4 different jobs and positions I've had, I found through my network. A lot of times and I wouldn't tell you to do this, but I didn't even put a resume together. It was just somebody I connected with. They liked the skill set that I had. And they said, hey, would you be interested? We're trying to grow something here. Would you be interested in coming on board? So networks have just been incredible for me, for my career. Personally, I am a very shy person, and I know everybody laughs every time I say that. It takes me a lot to go into a room. If you've ever watched me go into a room, I take a very deep breath, and then I try to find somebody that's smiling at me, and I go to them. It is not natural for me to network, but I also know how important it is.
Okay, so next question for Alex. What are your best practices for connecting with people at an event where you may be new and or unfamiliar with the group? And I know that's the situation that a lot of you may be in today. Hey, I don't know a lot of these people here. So what are your best practices for that, or advice?
Yeah, so for me personally, whenever I'm going somewhere where I don't like the word networking because it kind of just comes off as a little, I don't know, it seems a little too one-sided, like I'm trying to get something. So whenever I go to a networking event, I just used the word. Whenever I go to an event, where people are going to be gathering, one thing I want to do is I want to make sure that I'm not being completely selfish, right? So I ask people, we talk about, how was your day? Start off with that. Talk about their business. Talk about them. Like, don't just go in there trying to find, like, what can I get out of this? It's important to give a little bit. So, and of course, go in with simultaneously, you also want to have an objective, right? So if I'm going in here, I'm looking for an employer, I'm looking for someone on LinkedIn I can reach out to. It's good to have that, but don't only focus on that. Go in, and it can be hard to get comfortable. It was hard for me because I didn't even attend any events like this until after college, so you guys are kind of ahead of the game in a lot of ways. And it's just really good to settle into the space, like Tanda said, take a deep breath, say hello to people that you already know, get comfortable, but then try to reach out to somebody and learn more about them personally, about their business, and then from there, grab a business card, find a way to follow up with them, and be proactive in that way and make that connection.
Tanda, Bill, I know I wasn't going to ask you that question, but do you have anything to add as to your strategy when you don't know many folks at an event?
Well,
No, you go.
I like to leave my comfort zone, So like Tanda said, sometimes you are a little bit nervous going into a space where you don't know anybody. So I just walk up to somebody and introduce myself. Most times people are wearing name badges, so you can at least, call them by name. And then you just, again, talk about them, because people love to talk about themselves. Okay, make them feel comfortable first, and then that usually leads right into them asking you, what do you do? and then now you start a conversation. You're making that network.
Yeah, and I would just add on to both of these, listen to the answers. They're giving you clues. They'll help you ask and formulate your next question. And the other thing I do, hey, we've all got these. If I see somebody across the room that I've been trying to get a chance to see, I might do a real quick search on them and see if there's some commonality I can bring up in our conversation.
Excellent, thank you. So Bill, to you, what suggestions can you offer for building networks?
Well, one of the things that I like to do to build networks is, the people that I've met through the chamber, I'll use their businesses. Before I even talk about my business, I'll use them. I want to see, can I trust them? Can they trust me? You want to kind of build that trust first, because you just don't want to bring somebody in to your home or your business that you don't trust. That's the biggest thing. You want trust to be built up. So to build those networks, I love to get to know people, get to use their businesses first, and then we start to talk. And when we start to talk, we learn more about each other, and things just flow from there.
Excellent. So Tanda, communication skills are critical when it comes to networking. Okay. So what skills do you feel folks need to develop, certainly focus on, and what suggestions do you have for developing those?
I'm a true believer in listening. Listen, you're going to find out clues. Ask a question. Don't be thinking about the next question you're going to ask. Really listen to what the person has to say to you, and then formulate your next question. Be engaged with that person. Don't look beyond that person. Oh, I need to go see X, Y. No, you're focused right now on that person. Listen, do your research. I always do that. If I'm going into I know who's going to be there. Do some research. See who you want to talk to and engage with.
Alex or Bill, do you want to add anything to that with those communication skills?
I always really believe in look the person in the eye. I've talked to a lot of people where their eyes are all over the place as you're trying to talk to them, and I kind of wonder, are they really hearing what I'm saying? Do they really care what I have to say? So always look the person in the eye so that they know you're interested. And like Tanda said, listen. That's big. Listen and watch.
Yeah, and I'll just add real quick, use LinkedIn too. I mean, send friend requests to people that you've met, write a personal note in there. After you've done everything that Tanda and Bill just mentioned, LinkedIn's a great place to keep in contact moving forward.
Excellent. So back to Bill. And let me preface this question. At least I talk a lot about in my classes about how you're going to make a lot of mistakes. Okay, you're going to make a lot of mistakes in this life, and there's really can be some gold in mistakes. What you learn, when things go wrong. Think about when everything's a success. What do you really learn, right? So if I turn to Bill here with that preface, you do one thing differently. What would you do or differently in your professional career?
Well, I have made mistakes. So you learn by failure. Don't be afraid to fail, because that's a learning opportunity. And I almost failed back during the recession. Some of you may not have even been born then. But I almost lost the business. Almost had to file for bankruptcy. But I found a professional organization out there that was able to help me, and I dove into it and really got involved in it and have learned and have actually grown my business larger than it was before.
Excellent. So, for each of you, we can start with Alex, what advice do you have for today's attendees on how to maximize the benefit of attending the event today?
I would say, kind of hearkening back to what Bill said, just get out of your comfort zone a little bit and, reach out and try to make some new connections. And another thing I would say is everybody has something unique here to offer. Everyone's an individual, and everybody can offer something. So even if you see someone and you don't necessarily see an opportunity there for you, still try to reach out and make that connection, because in my experience, you just never know how things can align in a certain way, and you never know who you're talking to. In my experience, it's been tremendous opportunities have come from places that I never would have expected. So treat every person, with respect and dignity, and just try to reach out to someone new today.
Wow. that was good. Ditto. What can I add to that? You spoke about LinkedIn, and I think that's so important too. If we don't get a chance to connect today, please, I welcome you to connect with me on LinkedIn. I really love to talk to people. I love to find out what makes them tick. So if you have a question for me, please send it to me. I'll get back to you. You want to meet? I can do it. I like to know your story. That's what I do.
Yeah, in a little bit, we're all gonna, everybody here is gonna get up and, tell us who you are and where you're from, and you're gonna see a lot of business owners here. And walk up to us, talk to us, say, hey, how you doing? What do you do specifically? Again, you might just find a little nugget that might help you in your futures. And with being business students, there's a lot to know, especially when you get out in the real world.
Speaking of that little nugget, I have a question that it looks like we have time for. What advice would you offer our future business graduates, or soon-to-be business graduates?
Well, I'll just say be proactive in forging connections with people. If you have a type of career that you're interested in or a company that you're interested in, do some research on them, reach out to someone online, and don't just go right for the ask, get to know the person a little bit or send a warm message. Differentiate yourself by being warm and kind is what I would say, because we just need more of that in general.
Find out what you're passionate about. Find out your why. Try to find a job within that passion. You might not always get there the first time. I did many zigs and zags and zigs and zags, but took a chance to get to where I am today. And I love every day that I go to work. That's what you're trying to do.
And I'm going to go back to what I said earlier, is don't be afraid to fail. A lot of people won't take that chance because they're afraid of failure. Go for it. Sometimes you just have to go for it, see what happens. Does it work out? Sometimes it will, sometimes it won't. If it doesn't, learn from those mistakes, whatever they were, and then build on that to go forward.
Well, thank you all for your comments. We got like 1 minute before we need to go into introductions of everybody here today. Is there any parting words before we move to the next part of today that you want to share with the audience today?
I'll just say, like Tanda said, I'm happy to talk to anybody. Come up and say hello afterwards. Thank you guys for listening.
Thanks for having us here.
Yeah, I wish I would have had this opportunity when I was in college. This was not something they offered us. I may not have stayed in chemistry and biology. I may have figured out business before, a little later on in life. Yeah.
Good afternoon. My name is Dana Wolf, and I am the new Executive Director for the Willoughby Western Lake County Chamber of Commerce. And I just have 5 seconds. When you're walking in the door, I try to hand out everyone about our scholarship program through the Chamber of Commerce. It's for college students, undergraduate students that go to school in Lake County, so you're all eligible. And then for our high school students that are here today, please, please, please take advantage of it. We just had an event last week, and we raised more money for it, so it's $1,500 annually that you can receive. I do want to acknowledge Angel. I see you back there. She is our latest recipient. She got so she applied. It was a quick process, about a week response, and then she came last Friday and picked up her check and took a picture with the board of directors that were there. So if we have the applications out in the hallway, but this is something to take advantage of for everyone who's here today. Hello.
Thanks, Dana. Oh, excuse me. So now I'd like Karen Tursick to come up. This is her last day with the chamber. She is retiring. So can we get a round of applause for Karen? This will be the last time she formally has the opportunity to tell you guys what to do. So she's gonna.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much to Gretchen and her staff and the professors here for hosting this and collaborating with the Chamber of Commerce for this event. Again, I'm Karen Tursick. Was the president CEO, and Dana Wolf is the executive director now. Is Donna Swan and Tom, are they here? Tom Leone is our marketing and events manager, and Donna, where's Donna? Is she here? our office manager. So just wanted to introduce our staff real briefly. I couldn't say it better. I am just so proud of our chamber members. I mean, you guys did a great job, and I just want to give you guys a round of applause real quick.